Ya comienza Metalheads Heavy Metal Radio Show. Bienvenidos Metalheads a este primer episodio titulado Metal Invasion, donde los llevaremos de gira mundial para presentarles bandas de todo el planeta. Volamos directamente hacia Japón para escuchar Anthem, una banda de comienzo de los años 80 y que en este 2017 han presentado su última edición llamada Engraved. De este disco vamos a estar escuchando la canción The Artery Song. Con ustedes, Anthem, The Artery Song. Battle Rage es una banda de heavy metal proveniente de Santiago, Chile, nacida en 2002 como un proyecto del ex baterista de Steel Rage. Vera dejó Steel Rage y contactó a Mauricio Capala para componer las primeras canciones de su banda, y unos pocos meses después, Christian Willembeck en bajo y Fox Ling en voz completaron el proyecto. Steel Supremacy fue editado en noviembre de 2004. Este álbum, como los demos de la banda, tuvieron una gran recepción entre el público chileno y luego en Europa. A continuación escucharemos de su disco Steel Supremacy de 2004 la canción titulada Heavy Metal Axe, Battle Rage.
We're here again. Bring my
Undercover es una de las canciones que componen este único EP sacado en el año 1993 por esta banda inglesa. Para ustedes, Cobra Dane haciendo Undercover. Demolition Train se forma en el año 2009, donde comienzan a componer sus propias canciones. En el 2011, la banda lanza su primer EP llamado Kill Your Boss. Hoy le vamos a estar presentando de su disco Unleash the Hordes del año 2015 la canción Wrecking Crew. Con ustedes Demolition Train desde Grecia, Wrecking Crew. Iron Jaws nace en el año 2006 en la provincia de Asti, Piemonte, Italia. Sus miembros originales, Broken Bob Masasso, Metalheads Cabino y Roberto Miciniquaglia, son viejos amigos que comparten el gusto por el speed metal de bandas como Exciter y Agent Steel. En el año 2009 lanzan su primera producción independiente llamada Louder Is Not Enough. En diciembre del 2012 comienzan con las grabaciones de su disco Guilty of Ignorance, del cual vamos a estar presentando su canción No Speed Limit. Para ustedes, Iron Jaws haciendo No Speed Limit.
Down
Y seguimos en Italia, y en esta oportunidad para presentarles a la banda Nighthawks, de su disco Vendetta, la canción Vendetta. Entrevista exclusiva. George Cole de la banda Aska y Clovenhoof. Exclusive interview with George Cole from Aska and Clovenhoof. Starting now. Hi, George. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Hi, Fred. Very good to speak with you today, brother. How are you?
You've participated in a lot of bands as a guest vocalist, one of them Mick Servino's Violent Storm on the song Back Against the Wall. Tell me about how you were contacted and the approach you gave to the vocal melodies, which I know you kinda changed a little bit. What was Mick's reaction when he entered the studio and heard your final takes?
When Mick Servino entered the studio, he was a very happy man, to say the least. Apparently, before he had tapped me to join his band, Violent Storm, he had been working with another area vocalist, and I guess he wasn't very happy with what he heard. He was quite strict about what melody lines he wanted to hear with the other vocalist, and when he got me, he had pretty much the same thing in mind. He wanted me to sing it the way he had envisioned it in his mind, and I told him, sure, no problem. And I went into the studio. I went in early, actually, before Mick got there, and I said, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it the George Call treatment, so to speak. And I did my own thing, with his original melodies as a template, but doing what I do best, And to say the least, when Mick walked in later, he was quite pleased. I mean, the smile on his face, I think, said everything, it said it all. The way I came to join Mick was after his stint with Yngwie Malmsteen. When he left that band, he decided to start his own project, and he had a few vocalists. And when he relocated to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and things didn't work out with the singer he had initially chosen, I think one of the guys in Solitude Aeternus, a doom metal band, for the band, and we met. I remember meeting at a Starbucks, and we talked, and we agreed to, I agreed to come down there and give it a shot, and it worked out. In fact, to this day, I still play in a band with Mick. It's kind of on ice. It's a very inactive group at the time being, but when he wants to pick up and record again, I'll be happy to finish off what we started. At this point, we've got probably a good EP's worth, maybe half an album's worth of music recorded together that he eventually wanted to release, but that's all Mick's decision at this juncture. If anybody wants to hear the song, I guess, or the songs that we recorded together, they're available on iTunes. I think they've released 3 of them. Back Against the Wall is one of them. Another one is Bow Down, Have It All. And I think there's a third, but I can't remember what it is. But it's good music, man. Good stuff. And, of course, Mick Servino is one of your fellow paisans, He's from your country, from Argentina. So we've had a very, a fruitful recording time together. And hopefully that those songs will see a release on a full CD at some point. That's my desire anyway.
So one day Aska was performing live on a festival where Cloven Hoof was also playing. And then something magical happened. Tell us about what happened when you met Lee.
When I met Lee Payne, it really was something quite magical. I'd been a fan of Cloven Hoof from my, high school days when I was a teenager listening to heavy metal. I remember a friend of mine from Panama, Carlos Wilkins, had turned me on to the band, and we used to listen to Laying Down the Law and Gates of Gehenna and all those songs. I mean, the entire album, back to front, all the time, and loved it. So, fast forward 20, 30 years later, and here I am with Aska at the Keep It True Festival in Germany, and we were about to go on, or either we were about to go on stage or we just came off, and one of the guys said, "Hey, who's after us?" And somebody said, "Cloven Hoof." And I go, "Well, they better get in here." We were in the dressing room, in the staging room behind the stage, and I'm thinking, "Wow, they better get up here." And my bass player in Aska, Keith Knight, kind of gives me an eye and points at these guys standing behind us that I had failed to notice, and he goes, "Hey, I think this is them." And I turn around and I go, "Oh my God, it is. This is Lee Payne." So immediately I asked him, I said, "Hey, are you Lee Payne? Are you Cloven Hoof?" And he said yes, and I was like a little boy, like a kid meeting his heroes. It's like, "Oh my God, dude, I'm a huge fan, and I love your band, and I listened to you in high school, and I've got some things for you to sign later if you don't mind." And it was the beginning of a beautiful, fruitful friendship, because we kept in touch. We played again at another festival together in Germany, the Sword Brothers Festival, and actually played on stage together at that fest. And we saw that, not only, was Lee a super nice guy, and we, were fans of his band, but he saw that we had musical chemistry together when we performed on stage. And from there, we kind of got the idea that, hey, we should work together. It would be great, Cloven Hoof has had problems with their vocalists over the years, and I said, "Hey, dude, you say when, and we'll get it done, and I'll do it right for you." And I think anybody that listens to Who Mourns for the Morning Star, that LP, will know it was definitely a meeting that was meant to happen, because we put out some killer, grade A, top-notch, traditional heavy metal. And the reviews and the response to it has been phenomenal, through the roof. So it was a very fortuitous meeting for both of us. And I had to say, Lee Payne is one of the nicest guys in heavy metal, truly. A gentleman, a friend, a brother, a compatriot. The guy is just, you couldn't ask for better. He's salt of the earth, good people.
So tell me a little about the new record, Who Mourns for the Morning Star. How was it conceived? Did you get all tracks from the band and put your voice into it, or also made some suggestions on the music?
The way we recorded the record was that Lee would send me songs, and he would send me a guide melody of what he thought the vocals should be. And so oftentimes I would get that, and then I would give it, just like I did with Mick, I would give it my own spin. I would change the melodies here and there in places. I would change lyrics and words here and there. In fact, if you read the lyric sheet, it often doesn't match exactly what I'm singing on the finished record, because those are all changes that I'd made. I often changed the melodies. Sometimes I stuck to the melodies. Every song was different. It just depended. But it was definitely a good collaboration. With Lee getting the initial input, or, writing the initial song and then me adding to it. Occasionally, I also added instrumentation to some of the things. Some keys here and there, and some underlying things to the music that, they're not overly obvious, and I don't know if all of it or any of it was even used in the final mix, but I definitely sent things that were above and beyond just the vocals and the melodies. And some of it, I guess, was used, and other things weren't. But in the end, it was a strong collaborative effort, and I think the final result speaks volumes. It's a killer record, no question.
What is the story behind the album? Is it a conceptual one?
No concept, really, but the title track, does have a meaning, and that's about Lucifer's fall. Lucifer Morningstar's fall from heaven, and his exile to hell, and Lucifer kind of wondering, what did I do that was so bad, that's so unforgivable? Why can't I be forgiven for my sins? I didn't do anything worse than some of my charges here, the people that I'm charged to lord over in hell or whatever. Why can't I get forgiveness? So it's not a concept album, but it's certainly strong imagery when you factor in the title track.
Which track do you like the most, and why?
Initially, I think my favorite track was Star Rider, because I loved it. I loved it, and I still do. Of course, I love the whole album, to be quite honest. But my favorite track then became probably Song of Orpheus, because it was so different than anything I'd done prior, anything I'd done before. The whole vibe and the style I sang it with, the voice, just the way it was, and those verses and stuff. I just kind of gravitated towards that, and the story appealed to me a lot. The whole, the love so strong that one would go to the very pits of Hades or hell or whatever to bring the loved one back. That appealed to me. So that's my favorite.
Will there be an official video for any of the tracks from this album?
I do believe so. Hopefully more than one video. I do believe it's been discussed, and hopefully we can do that. I'd be totally down for it. I think all the material, the song, the subject matter, and the songs they lend themselves to video production like no other. There's some phenomenal fantasy songs about mythology and war and religion and the devil and all that stuff. It'd just be perfect fodder for video, I think.
I can hear lots of influences on each track. You have one of the most amazing voices I have ever heard in a long time. Sometimes I can find some Dickinson, others Jeff Tate, then Halford, but the most important thing is that there is always George's trademark on each song. What are your main influences, and what bands do you listen to?
You nailed it on the head. My influences are exactly those guys that you said. I love Bruce Dickinson, Rob Halford. I love Jeff Tate. Additionally, I really love Paul Stanley from Kiss. Early Paul, I just had a phenomenal voice. It kind of morphed over the years, but on those early Kiss records, there was nothing more appealing to me than Paul Stanley's voice. I also like the pop artist, American pop or Australian pop artist, Rick Springfield, believe it or not. I like his sense of melody and his clean voice, and he's just a great singer. But I think my voice is, I clearly took the influences of these, singers that I loved and worshipped, and kind of applied them to what I do, but still made them me. It's still me that comes through. It's just that I think I'm real clear with the people that influence me. I like to say that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Oftentimes you'll talk to some singer and say, "Hey, you've got a great voice. great metal singer, who are your influences? And they'll go, oh, well, I like Prince and Madonna. No, 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 not me. I'm a metalhead. I love those singers that you mentioned and that I've told you. And I took what they taught me and incorporated it into my voice. And I think when people hear me, there's no mistake. It's George Cole. And like those that came before me, there's no mistake where the influences came from. I mean, I love those singers, so it's a high compliment to be compared to them. And thank you for your kind words, Fed, about my voice. I appreciate it, man. I've worked long and hard on this thing, and I didn't always sound like this, believe me. When I started singing, in fact, if you go back to the first Aska record in 91, and then the next one in 94, and then the next one in 97, you can gauge my progression as I went. You know, with every record, you could hear me just maturing and developing into the singer that I am today. I mean, the one that everybody is asking to sing on their records and to come and perform on their song, guest appearance, and or otherwise, join the band, guest on this, sing that. I mean, it's an honor for me, and I'm happy to. It's also very humbling because I never thought or imagined that I could sing like this, like I do now. I mean, if you heard my early attempts at singing, you would never in a million years believe that I would have morphed into what I do today. And so, it's been a long struggle. I remember in the early days of putting Aska together, looking for a singer, having an independent lead vocalist because I didn't think I could do it. And it was my guitar player there at the time, Darren Knapp, that just kept insisting, no, dude, you got to sing, you got to do it, you got to do it, you've got a great voice, do it. So, I mean, if he hadn't been as persistent as he was, maybe I wouldn't have sang on anything. Who knows?
What news can you tell us about your other band, Aska?
Well, Aska is currently working on a live album. I guess, I mean, you knew because it hasn't been released, but we're working on a live album, trying to pick the tracks for that, and I think it's time. We released 6 studio albums, and I think it would be a great thing to do to give some of those songs a live treatment and put them out there. Also, we've been working on new songs. We've got bits and pieces of a lot of new music for hopefully a new studio album within the next year. So Aska continues, and hopefully we'll see albums 7 and 8 within the next year or two. One being the live album and the other being a new studio album. We're also giving some serious thought to re-releasing the first 2 hard-to-find, long out-of-print albums, the self-titled Aska and the follow-up Immortal vinyl release. It's something that was offered by our record company, Pure Steel Records, when we released the other 4 on vinyl. But at the time, I really didn't want those out because I didn't feel they were reflective of the band that released the last 3 albums, Avenger, Absolute Power, and Fire Eater. So, but I think, you know, as the band, I mean, we're well, you know, we've been together well over 20 years now, and I think it'd be a good time to maybe let those first 2 records see the light of day.
You're a full-time vocalist for both bands now. I guess your schedule is really busy these days. Was that a problem when joining Clover Hoof, still being part of other projects?
It's really not a problem for me, and I don't think it's a problem for Lee either. he never said anything about leaving Aska or not being part of Aska or just only being in Cloven Hoof. And it's something that I've grown used to. I was in Omen before and Aska at the same time. After Omen, I joined Banshee. It's a band that started on Metal Blade Records and then was picked up by Atlantic Records. And then, I joined the band and we released an album, Mind Slave. Did a tour in 2012, and I still maintained membership in both Banshee and Aska without any issues or problems. I mean, I guess as long as I can juggle my responsibilities to both bands, it's not a problem. The day that it becomes an issue, then I guess I would have to look at it. As it stands now, though, the only problem is that I'm pulling multiple directions. I'm like an octopus, These arms are going that way, and those arms are going this way, and those arms are going that way. But, man, I love heavy metal. I love creating music. And the more I can do it, I think the better. Now, it did become a problem because I was singing with Emerald at around the same time I got the Cloven Hoof offer. And I thought it was just too much to be in two European bands. Just spreading myself a little too thin. So I had to drop one, unfortunately. I mean, I love the Emerald guys and the songs we did together on their new record, Reckoning Day, or Day of Reckoning. But, I had to give one up. And it made the most sense to, stick with the established, well-known, traditional, legendary new wave of British heavy metal band, Cloven Hoof. I knew I could do honor to the legacy and the existing material, and so I did that. Went with Cloven Hoof. So I feel that two European bands would have been just a bit much. But since Aska is based in the U.S. and Cloven Hoof in the U.K., I didn't really see the problem, and neither did Lee. And in fact, Danny White from Aska, my drummer, is also my drummer in Cloven Hoof. And incidentally, he was also my drummer in Omen and in Violent Storm with Mixer Vino. So go figure.
George, I want to thank you again for taking the time to make this interview. You've been really kind. Any final words to our audience?
Fed, thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I appreciate all the support you've given the record. Believe me, it counts, and it strikes a chord with us, and we know who's in our corner, and it means the world, man. It means the world. As far as final words to your audience, I just want to say, los quiero mucho, los aprecio mucho, y ojalá nos veremos pronto en gira ahí mismo en Argentina. Metal para siempre, y nos veremos. Thanks, man. Muchas gracias, amigos. Y metal fuerte siempre hasta el final. Thanks, Fair, and we'll talk again. Also, I'd like to invite your listeners to give us a like on Facebook, find the Cloven Hoof page, and give it a like. Also, at facebook.com/AskaDFW, you can give the Aska page a like. The DFW stands for Dallas-Fort Worth, which is where I am located in the world, and the band is as well. But would love to have you guys message and give us a like and keep in touch via Facebook, any other way you can. It's been a pleasure, Fed, a real pleasure, brother. Thank you. Abrazos, mi hermano.
Estás escuchando Metalheads Heavy Metal Radio Show. Luego de 6 años y 3 EPs, la banda Nightcrawler de Quito, Ecuador, lanza su primer disco, Unholy Runners. Prepárense para ser aplastados por el martillo del dios del metal al escuchar esta banda brutal de Ecuador, Quito. Con ustedes, Nightcrawler, Nothing But The Night. Metalheads es una banda de heavy metal clásico de Montreal, Canadá. Son considerados los Judas Priest canadienses, dado por su sonido clásico de los años 80 y la voz muy particular de su vocalista, la cual nos recuerda al gran Rob Halford. De su disco Midnight Rider del 2017 les presentamos Metalheads, Midnight Rider.
Over the plains, silent as the day.
Lightning Strikes es una banda formada originalmente en el año 1986. En el 2016 vuelven a juntarse para grabar otro disco, del cual participan la mezcla el gran Roy Said, el tecladista Derek Sherinian y Tony Martin en las voces. De este mismo disco vamos a estar presentándoles la canción Victim, la cual abre este disco. Con ustedes, Lightning Strikes haciendo Victim.
Troubled man is saved by silent cries. Star is shining, that is hope. I see your bloody eyes. Veins are full of boiling blood. It's not fuel for lies. Out of blazing fire, out of this blazing dire. Come to a war for desire, run into the light. Put out that fire, show us your power. Handing up your lies, can't take it no more cries. Out of a blazing fire.
El concepto de esta banda es rendirle culto a María Regina, un personaje en la pantalla, una infinita simulación de diferentes escenas donde participa la misma, ubicándola en un pedestal de adoración. En un comienzo, Edgar Smertin, el frontman de la banda, y su obsesión por la Darkwing. Esta patología provocó la creación de Río, cuento de hada más allá de los límites, la novela que luego se reflejaría en las letras y atmósfera de la banda. El vocalista compone bajo el nombre de la protagonista. Su mundo interior fue destruido, pero dio nacimiento al increíble, lleno de imágenes perturbadoras y misterioso mundo de Regina. En el año 2013, el sello Promoted Records lanzó el disco Deadly Adoration. En estos momentos, la banda se encuentra trabajando en su segunda larga duración, cuya esencia será la de un álbum conceptual. Con ustedes, María Regina, haciendo Fantastic Visions.
Hi, this is Maria Regina from Stavropol, Russia, and you are listening to Metalheads. To some extent, each of us lives in the world of fantastic visions, and these are ours that we want to share with you. These visions are the ones that help us live, and at the same time, the ones we live for. Try and dare to fight for what you dream of, for your world is the one you create around yourself. Stay tuned to good music.
Морской прибой и пляж ночной. Есть жизнь во снах, есть жизнь мечтой тех, что летают над землей. Не стоит возвращать домой. Цвета, море и ее глаза. Вдалеке не спит квартал, жжет неоновый фрактал. Сладким бризом льется в ночь приглушенный карнавал. Воздух плавится не зря, небо стонет от огня. Она смотрит, но молчит и лежит подле меня. Ветро-розовый поток разом льется на песок. В нем искрится, как вино, ярко-красное стекло. Мой мир прекрасен для фантазии простор. Дом иллюзий, заблуждений, мир фантом. Мне остаться здесь, навечно жить огнем. Днем и ночью растворяться в нем. Фантастический